Hi guys, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Rachel and today I'm going to be showing you how I bleach the back of my head at home myself. I am recording this intro after bleaching my hair, so my hair is all like freshly bleached now, but yeah. Just a few things before I start, like a couple disclaimers. This is kind of like use at your own risk. If you're going to bleach your hair yourself anyway, then at least do it this way because it will be better than just going at it blindly. But I do work in a salon. I am training as a hairstylist, so like I have had practice and I used to just bleach my hair myself all the time, but it will come out better if someone else does it. Like it'll come out the best if a hairdresser does it. It will come out better if like your mum does it or your partner or your friend, because they can actually see the back of your head. But if you don't have that, that's probably why you're here. So the best way to do it then is with two mirrors, which is how I did it. It is COVID right now, we're in lockdown. I am going to be back in the salon in a couple of weeks, but there's going to be no hope of me getting booked in with one of my colleagues because everyone's going to want their hair done after the lockdown. So this is how I'm doing it. It's probably against like my best interest to show people how to do this because I am a hairdresser, but whatever, here it is. So that being said, this is how I bleach the back of my head myself. I'm going to be using the Bleach London Plex Bleach and white toner. Sorry, I had to think then. They did kindly send these to me after seeing my other video. I'm not sponsored, but they have sent me these products for free, very nicely. I do really like them, so I wouldn't like keep using them and talk about them if I didn't like them. And I do feel like using some kind of bleach that has a bond builder in it, like Olaplex, or the Bleach London Plex bleach has like built-in Alexplex, which is like their version of Olaplex. So if you're going to be bleaching it yourself and doing the back of your head and you can't really see and you're going to be overlapping, having some kind of bond builder in there to protect your hair really helps you not frazzle it all off. So that's quite important. And another thing quickly is that my roots were at a sort of ideal length. They were like less than an inch, so like 6 to 8 weeks since I last did my hair. That's a really good window for bleaching your roots, because when they get too long, then you end up with a band where closest to your head is really white blonde, amazing, and then further away it gets, it's like orange, and that's like really hard to fix. And the easiest way to not do that is just to bleach them more often. So yeah, I think that's everything. I'll just get on with the video. So this is the setup. On this side, I have my trolley with my bleach and this little mirror. And then on the other side, I have my big mirror. So basically I sit on the floor in the middle and I can see the back of my head and the front of my head. If you have two full-length mirrors, it makes this easier, but I don't. Okay, so now I'm sat down between my two mirrors. I have this one on this side and then like my big one behind me. So I basically look at this one to see the back of my head. So I normally bleach the back of my head in two sections. So I split it down the middle, and because you have to have the mirrors kind of angled so you can see each side, I'll do one side and then I'll tilt the mirrors differently and then I'll do the other side. I'm gonna start with this side and I have my bleach. And I'm just looking in this mirror at what I can see in that mirror, basically.
Apologies for the angle of my camera for this first clip. The angle's not it, you can't really see what I'm doing. I do change it quite soon, so don't feel like the rest of the video is going to look like this, because it isn't. Yeah, sorry, lol. But yeah, you can see that how I start to do my hair, basically. I just kind of go in there. I just start doing it. Am I gonna do a voiceover for this whole video? I'm not sure. There's quite a lot of footage. We'll see how it goes.
Slightly move the camera so hopefully you can see it better now.
So I like to start from the top of my head and work my way down. I find it just easier. I find it neater this way. And also the bottom of my hair, like the back of my neck, is like little baby hairs, and they are really prone to breakage. They like snapping off, and also because of my haircut, the top of my hair is shorter, so like my length is at the bottom, obviously because it's a mullet. So if I want something to break off, I'd rather it was at the top than at the bottom. That's my logic. I don't know if it makes sense. I don't know if it actually has, you know, science behind it, but that's why I like to do it. So yeah, I kind of split it in half at the back, and then I do one side at a time, start at the top, and I try and use like thin sections, ideally like as thin as possible. And I kind of paint one side and then do the next slice and then fold over and paint both sides. You want to have like thick coverage of the bleach, as thick as possible really, because sometimes people just do like a really thin layer and you think it'll be enough, but it's going to end up patchy if it's just like a thin layer. And also try and make the sections as thin as possible, but work kind of quickly. It almost works quicker this way. Like if you rush through and you do really thick sections, you're going to end up with the bleach not penetrating through the whole section, and then you're going to have patchy weird bits. Some of it's going to be blonde, some of it's going to be orange, and it's going to be like harder to go through later and find all those pieces. Whereas if you just go through with really thin sections at first, really saturate the hair, try and really cover it all with bleach, it just makes your life easier. And that's what it's all about, because it's hard to do your hair yourself, so make your life easier instead of harder. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm trying really hard to not overlap, obviously. It's going to end up happening a little bit, but the more you can see the back of your head and the more practice you have using mirrors, the easier it is to try and not overlap. And then I'm just getting to the bottom of my neck. I have this weird like crevice in the back of my neck that you're going to see soon, where I don't know if anyone else has this, but there's like a dent in the back of my neck, so I was like struggling to get it in there. I had to like move my hair a different way because like, yeah, there's like almost like a little valley in the back of my neck. I don't know what I'm talking about, sorry, you guys don't need to know about that. There it is, that's the crevice. It was just like I had to go a different way so that I could get in there, because it just kind of, it's like a little indent, if that makes sense. I don't know why I'm going on about this, but anyway, I just felt like I had to explain myself. So there I have. So once I get to the bottom, I basically just go back through and sort of paste all the hair downwards so it's not all stuck upwards, and also just go back over all of the sections. You can see once it's been on for a little while, the bleach has already started working, so it's easier to see any spots that you've missed. Just make sure you really just go over every section and make sure you haven't missed any bits, because it's easier to do it now than to wash your hair off and bleach your hair again. You don't want to bleach your hair a second time. Like, you just want to get it all the first time around. So yeah, just make sure you go back through and check all of those sections and make sure everything's wet and everything's covered and looking really nice.
So then I just adjust the mirrors, and now I'm doing this side of my head.
So you can see me struggling here to work out which way to put my brush. Just because I'm looking in the mirror, it's confusing. You know, sometimes you're doing something in the mirror and you're like trying to go one way, but you need to go the other way. But yeah, the footage from this side of my head kind of sucks because it's all my arm. So I didn't keep most of it in. I just kind of, there's just a bit here to prove to you that I did the whole back of my head myself. And also just to kind of show you that I switched the mirrors around. Not that you can really see the mirrors, but anyway. It's the same process. I go from the top to the bottom. I use thin sections again. Just working from the top to the bottom. And then once I get to the bottom, I go back up to the top and just make sure it's all looking really nice. And yeah, that's literally it. So that's how I do it.
So now I've done the whole back, both sides. I'm just going to do the rest as normal and rinse it out, tone it, whatever. I'll show you guys the finished result afterwards. Hopefully I've done a good job this time. Otherwise this is going to be embarrassing. Okay, so I'm back. Obviously, it's actually been a couple days, but yeah, I bleached the rest of my front of my head, left it on, and washed it, did the white toner, and then did like a hair mask. If you want like the full sort of breakdown with like times and stuff of how long I leave the bleach on and the toner on, I have that in my other Bleach London video. It's called like My New Hair featuring Bleach London. I can link that in the bio, but I'm not really going to go over toning or anything like that. I'm just going to show you guys just the back because that's what this video is about. So here's how it's looking, and here's the back. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, hopefully it was helpful. If you don't already use this technique for bleaching the back of your head yourself, then yeah, hopefully this is helpful and hopefully you could kind of understand what I was doing. Thank you for watching. If you liked it, feel free to like and subscribe, it helps me out, and leave a comment if you made it all the way to the end of this video. Let me know if there's anything else you guys want to see from me, basically. And yeah, have a nice day. Bye.